What's going on, guys? VR Dragon 12 back again. I decided to take some time this evening to show you, as some of you may know, I'm a great big fan of the world of professional wrestling. So I decided to take a little moment to show some of the wrestling posters I've made. There's a few local companies down here who I've become great friends with. I hope I become a friend to the companies. And I wanted to make the show look a little bit more realistic as possible, and I think I'm the only one who really makes their own wrestling posters around here. So once I was looking at the big pile of them, I figured why not show them to some of my wrestling fans. So here we go. The first one's actually one of the original signs I did back in the days of Millennium Pro Wrestling, MPW. Brawlin' Bo Cooper rules. Now whether it's back in the days of MPW or Vendetta Pro Wrestling right now, Bo Cooper has shown that when it comes to wrestling in Simi Valley, he owns it. It's his town, and he's made a believer out of me. And somewhere down the line, I know I've shaken hands with the guy, and I just hope that deep down, not just this time, but I just hope I can earn his respect, because at the previous event just over the weekend, I saw him, take a beating, and he actually bled. And someone who bleeds for their city is a guy who's not to be messed with, and he has my respect. I just hope in return I could earn his respect in return. So I hope if Brawlin' Cooper is watching this, I do hope I've earned your respect, man. You do rock. And let's see. Oh yeah, speaking of Millennium Pro Wrestling, I made this one the night they went out of business and had their final performance. Come here. It says, "Thank you, MPW." Basically, Millennium Pro Wrestling, MPW, was where it all began for me. That was the first little event I ever went to in any kind of pro wrestling organization ever. Started with guys like Hell Kid, J.R. Roberts, referee Jay Stone. He's a great guy. I think of him as a great friend. Guy I like a brother. Brett Walters. I got one for him a little bit later on. And Jay Thompson, Whiskey Fist McIntosh, all those other guys. I mean, it all started with MPW, their little radio program. Those were fun times. So these days, I still think of MPW as one of the best things I've ever witnessed, and I just do hope that one day, if things go right, they can come back, and I really do miss it. But in the meantime, Vendetta Pro Wrestling down here is great. Let's see here, what can I show now? Oh yeah, speaking of MPW, I made one sign for Whiskey Fist McIntosh on his retirement. Said thank you. A tag team by the name of Anchors Away ripped it. I was like a little bit stewy, even though it was part of the show. But I'm like, come on, I worked so hard on his thank you poster. So next month, when they were supposed to arrive, I made a sign, but only their manager showed up. But the tag team they were facing got a chance to play this one to the T. Creep Show, new champs, Anchors Away, walk the plank. Creep Show, I remember loving it so much, helping me sell this baby. And their manager, I know he didn't like it, but Anchors Away, if they're watching right now, no hard feelings whatsoever. It's a whole bunch of good fun, and I hope you guys are just kicking about wherever you are, but please just know that this ain't nothing personal. Believe me. Okay, next I've got... Oh, it's actually one of my oldest signs. It's actually one of the nice ones, too, for a good friend. The Hobo. Hobo rules indeed, and he actually signed it, too. And it's a little replica of his Boxcar Championship. I remember also joining FPW. The wrestler, who was it again? Oh yeah, Jacob Terrazzo. He stole the Hobo's Boxcar Championship belt, so I figured it was only fitting that someone would at least try to make a replica for him so he can use it whenever he feels like it. And it brings him a bit of good luck too, I hope. But last event at Vendetta Pro Wrestling, got a little bit of a bad match, but so he knows how to wrestle. And those guys, he's just like, what can I say? He's just like one of the greatest guys I've ever seen. Hobo, wherever you're watching, wherever you are, you still rule, brother. And I know, but for sure, you'll be champion. He's uncrowned champion in many different organizations as far as I'm concerned, and he knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so, oh yeah. This is one goes out to one of my best friends in the world, Brett Walters. He rules. On the night that NPW had to go, I made this sign just for him, just to show my respect and thank him for all the good stuff. I know he's still wrestling out there. He can take a beating like any other wrestler I've ever seen, and he knows how to take it, give it, fight on and fly. I mean, he's like the kind of tag team partner I would love to be in the ring with if I ever get the opportunity. So Brett Walters, hey, you're still awesome, and I know you can make it to the top. I just know it, and I'll support you all the way. Let's see. Oh yeah, just and also recently we had when Vendetta Pro Wrestling came to town, I made a sign just for them, and here's the original sign. This is Vendetta Pro Wrestling. When the guys came in and when the cameramen saw this baby, they loved it a lot, and I think I used it in a couple of their promos, so that's why I'm keeping this sign in good shape, and I'll use it whenever I can. I even made a sequel to that one, and it's right here as a matter of fact. VIP Vendetta is Pro Wrestling. The guys there eat up, but if you can see real closely on Pro Wrestling, there's two S's. There's no two S in wrestling. This was a last minute gig, and I had to work quickly to make this one. But the guys in Vendetta, they still loved it, and they told me time and again, sell it, sell it. And that's exactly what I did, and hopefully with their help I was able to sell it pretty darn good, but I feel a little silly doing that little spelling error. But then again, seen on SportsCenter, a lot of other guys have made bigger mistakes, but okay. This one right here is actually from a special event back in June at the Ocean View Pavilion. Championship Wrestling from Hollywood was doing the Red Carpet Rumble, and one of the special guests was none other than the phenomenal AJ Styles, and I made a sign for him. AJ Styles, beyond phenomenal. As you can see, he signed it. I told him that day, just having fun with AJ, and I just told him that not many wrestlers can live up to their names, and AJ Styles, he does more than just live up to his name. He is his name. Phenomenal. I can't recall one bad match he ever had, and that's why I will always put AJ in the top list of any other professional wrestler I've ever seen. I mean, back when TNA was, even back in the later days when things were going down, the first name I always mentioned was AJ Styles, because he just had that thing not a lot of wrestlers of today have, I believe. And that's why I think AJ Styles is not just phenomenal, but I think phenomenal is an understatement for him. Okay, now to my last one, which is it's actually one of my most favorite letters, believe it or not. But this Stu Stone, if you're watching, I kept it. So, to everyone, this is from our good old buddy Stu Stone. As some of you may know, Stu Stone is pretty much the top heel in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, so the top heel needs his own good sign. Don't you agree? But hey, no, Stu, this is no dish to you in any way. You're cool. This is from the heart, and I really think this sign here, it's gonna make you look real good. I promise, I'll come to more events, I'll make sure this poster gets shined brightly, and you'll look like the coolest guy ever in wrestling, I can promise you. So pretty much, that's all the wrestling posters that I have. I love making them, and I'll be sure to make more on future pro wrestling events. I mean, there'll be more coming, and everyone, please stay tuned. There'll be more vlogs, more stuff to show you. And until then, Vince Robles, VR Dragon 12, signing off.